Oh, yes. Underrated. Last year's winner was Harper, which I think was a back-to-back.
I believe it was.
Well, this year's winner of most underrated is Finn Balor.
100% agree.
And I would agree with that, because they're not using him at his potential at all.
Yeah. They started to, or they're starting to, but the last handful of weeks doesn't make up for a year of horribly booking him.
Yeah, I would agree.
But
I would absolutely agree.
That is where my pick went.
Yeah, I don't even know who else I would say was been completely underrated. My pick was going to be Becky Lynch until SummerSlam happened. And now she's the top person, so it ain't her.
She's the man.
I would have agreed with Becky as well if she had made this list and she didn't make her heel turn.
I mean, Sasha and Bayley are pretty underutilized.
I believe she was on this list, and we removed her one of the last days before we put it up.
Because we're like, yeah, she's not underrated anymore.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good with this. I'm definitely good with this.
All right. Well,
we've done overrated. We've done underrated.
Now we move to our most improved.
Last year's winner was Braun.
Braun's improvement was night and day.
It was uncanny.
Yeah.
This year's winner is #Call Me Up Vince. It's Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream. Nice. Good choice, everybody. Good choice. Good choice. I'm feeling that choice.
The Dream will have a memory of this.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. I think I really do think that's definitely the best choice. Who else was even on the ballot? I can't even remember.
Well, second place was the B team.
Nah, I wouldn't say improved. They kind of got a push. Velveteen Dream kicked it up a notch.
Third place was Young Bucks, and then everybody else was just one vote, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Hangman Page got 2, and Jay White got 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know mine was Hangman, but that's because I've watched that, and his turnaround has been fantastic in my eyes.
Well, I say congratulations to Velveteen Dream, and I say #call him up.
Yeah, I don't want to see him called up yet. I think Vince would ruin him.
Because he's never done that before.
Well, that's exactly, and really, the long running story is that Triple H doesn't want a lot of his big guys called up because anytime they're called up and they fail on the main roster because of Vince's horrible ideas, it reflects bad on Triple H's running of NXT. So
they also call up too many people at the same time.
They literally just called up 6 people in one promo video.
Right.
They need to call up people sporadically.
But of those 6 that are being called up, supposedly only one of them are being called up to be a main push. The other 5 are all just kind of going to hang out in the middle for a while.
Yeah. Lars Sullivan was getting the push, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Which is
because none of them were considered quote unquote big names, which I would disagree with on some.
You also can't call up everybody and make them a top star.
Correct.
So
but you can't bring up somebody like right now. You couldn't bring up Velveteen Dream and not have him used as a joke on the main roster.
Sure.
Under Vince's management, because he would just
not disagreeing.
He would just write him. He would write him badly. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get.
That's why I'm kind of happy.
He's like new age Goldust. He puts you off with his flamboyantness, and then he beats you in the wrestling ring because he's a good wrestler.
That's why I want to see Black called up. I want to see Tommaso called up. I want to see.
But you also don't want to see them called up.
Exactly, because I don't want to see them ruined. All right. So, with all that said, now we go to one of our favorite categories: best non-wrestling performer.
All right, I'm gonna say this now. You all better have gotten this one right.
Because last year, they did not get it right.
I wasn't disappointed with last year's.
Last year, Corey Graves won because he was, despite the fact that he was calling the entire show of Raw, he was in every pre-tape backstage with the GMs and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, he was always like, "Hey, Kurt, did you hear what blah, blah, blah said you was a bitch?" Anyway. This year's winner of Best Non-Wrestling Performer is Antonio Cueto.
You got it right.
Yes, they did.
Otherwise, there would have been a new sacrifice to the gods.
And we've been spending how much time on this podcast convincing everybody to watch Lucha Underground?
I wonder how many people actually do watch.
Actually, quite a few people in our community do, because they're always commenting on it.
Because it's one of those deals where I know people don't get the channel.
Yeah, I don't get it, but I still watch it every single week.
Doesn't stop me.
Just makes me wonder is all.
Well, because it's usually online the next day, so...
You can find it, and you don't have to search very deep.
I have a network that actually has it. It also has access now, so I get to watch... yesterday they were playing all New Japan stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All day long.
New Japan.
We're like 6 days away.
Yeah.
No.
On Friday, I'm making the debate right now, or I started yesterday. Like, do I go to bed really early on Thursday and wake up at 2 a.m. so that I can start work at 2 a.m. and watch Wrestle Kingdom? Or do I just start at 4 hours later, or 4 hours late?
Well, I never watch it live, and I probably won't have time to watch it before.
I might watch the first couple matches. I don't think I can turn my sleep schedule that way this fast.
So I'm still toying around back and forth with it, but yeah.
I'll do it. I will do what I can and watch what I can, but...
Because I know certain people will freaking spoil it online, and my phone will immediately tell me, and I'm like, yeah.
Yep, that will happen.
All right. So, now we go to our Best Announcer Award.
This one was kind of tough, because we actually had some good announcers this year.
Heck, even Michael Cole was good this year.
That's true. It's hard to say that, but it's true.
At least during the Mae Young Classic.
Yep.
Anyway, last year's winner was Corey Graves. This year's winner is Mauro Ranallo.
Unsurprising.
Who I hope is doing well, because he had a car crash like on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, he tweeted saying that he's okay.
So I hope he's doing well.
Said that oddly enough, he said that nobody got hurt.
Good. I hope it doesn't, mess with him, with his issues he has.
Looking at the damage that was caused, it was like, holy crap, how did anybody walk away without getting hurt?
Only.
Some cars are built well.
Yeah, some cars are made for the car to fall apart, not you.
Yeah, both of the cars were in very bad shape.
But he says he's doing well.
He's okay.
And here he is accepting his award. Mamma Mia!
Pretty sure my vote this year went to Renee, but Mauro, like everybody we had on there was.
Yeah, I don't even remember who I voted for. There were a lot of good announcers.
Because there were guys I wanted to for Nigel McGuinness. I oddly enough, I would have voted for Matt Striker, and I'm usually not a huge Matt Striker fan.
I think I actually may have voted for Nigel, because I've been loving his comments.
I mean, you watch him on NXT, and then you watch him on NXT UK. He does really good work.
Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to go from a high point to a low point. Who was the worst announcer of the year? And please, God, get this right.
Last year's winner was David Otunga.
Which was right.
This year's winner of the worst announcer by 2 votes, Vampiro!
Yep, you got it right.
Oh, shit!
So terrible. He's so terrible.
And yet everybody's using him, Lucha uses him. AAA uses him. I mean, the dude is ripping ass on the biggest AAA show of the year.
I don't get it. Who'd he beat by 2 votes?
Rosenberg, who was just a pre-show guy.
He's pretty terrible, but...
I mean, he's terrible, but I don't hate him. Like, I wouldn't call him the worst announcer.
Oh, I would. Not worse than Vampiro, but
he's not an announcer, though. He's just a pre-show analyst.
Yeah, but then again, Otunga for a while was only a pre-show analyst, and he still sucks.
Well, and he also was an announcer, and he announced a show this year. And I'd still, if it wasn't for Vampiro, easily number 1 is either going to be Josh Matthews or Byron Saxton.
You imagine Byron Saxton's probably good if he didn't always have Corey and whoever else yelling at him the whole time, making fun of him.
Byron, you sleep in a race car bed. What the hell
in your mother's basement.
Yeah. Byron.
All right,
we're doing well so far.
Keeping with the trend, we're going to go with worst match of the year.
Yeah, I think there was only one real candidate.
Last year's win was the House of Horrors match from Payback where they drove or magically appeared from a house in Missouri to California.
Yep,
by the end of the show.
I remember.
Wearing different clothes, and one had a 5 o'clock shadow he didn't have.
I remember.
My goodness. Actually, a lot of things got votes, but the winner is D-Generation X versus the Brothers of Destruction at Crown Jewel.
I did not vote for that.
No, I voted for Lashley and Zayn.
Same here.
But I understand why that match got voted for. Why? Because it sucked. I didn't even watch it, and I know it sucked.
Oh, I watched it. I was sitting here working while watching it.
And Triple H pretty much lost a part of his body.
Yeah, although...
It disappeared.
He's working out and moving his arm already, so... Freaking crazy freak.
I know, these people are nuts, dude.
He's another freaking cyborg.
Well, he's like, all I can do is work out and fuck.
Him and John Cena. Oh yeah, you're gonna be out for 6 months. Pfft, 2 months, tops.
6 weeks, bro. SummerSlam, how about I come back in the Rumble?
I get it, but that Zayn Lashley match, I mean, how dare you make Sami Zayn shitty? Like, seriously, how freaking dare you?
I mean, both of them. They made both of them shitty. I just don't get it.
It's disturbing is what it is.
It boggles my mind. All right, well, we're gonna stay in the worst category. We're now gonna move on to worst thing of the year, which is worst wrestling thing of the year.
Yeah,
not like the Sorry About Your Damn Luck award, which we're gonna have to change next year because people had this confused.
They did.
Like, yeah, it's kind of a joke name, but it's a serious, actual, shoot thing in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Last year's worst thing was the LeVar Ball segment.
Oh, God.
This year's winner of the worst thing of the year is Crown Jewel. Just everything about it.